When you're so much metal that you push so hard with your finger. A little tip for you, don't push too much with your left hand. What's up everyone and welcome to FAQ number, let me shut this off. What's up and welcome to FAQ 122. How do you like this angle? Is it okay? Maybe this light is a little bit too bright, hang on. This light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it... I think this is better. This is probably better. Great, there it is. Look at this. Looks pretty awesome, I must say. And it kind of reminds me of the angle I had in my apartment. So right now, I think I'm ready to go. So a new thing I thought about starting now with the FAQ is the rig of the day. Now that I have my office and all my cabinets here and all my amplifiers over there, all my pedals, I'm gonna do a rig of the week that I'm gonna use for the full FAQ. So what you heard in the beginning of this video was the rig of the week, the first rig of the week ever. And I'm gonna let you know what the rig was at the end of the video. So a little cliffhanger maybe. And I know the majority of you guys, you don't care. It's a cool way for me to try out different combinations because I have to make something up every time I make an FAQ. Smart Ola, so smart. Happy New Year! Is it 2020? Yeah, it is. Lovely. So a new year, a new Ola. A New Year's resolution for me is that I'm gonna be even more positive in 2020 more than I was in 2019. And I'm gonna start by drinking this water. This is pure positivity right here, by the way. Okay, I feel like I'm just dragging things out. So let's just start with the FAQ. This is an FAQ after all. So let's go. Janiranta. Hey Ola, love your channel. Comedy Gold. Question, which haunted song is your favorite out of the ones made before you joined? That's a great question. And there are a couple of them. And I'm gonna bring out the guitar. You know, rig of the week. It's right over here. I just have to turn it on. I don't have a noise gate because... Shut the f*** up. One is 99 from the album Revolver. That's just such a kick-ass of a song. And song number 2 is probably The Flood. And both of these riffs I probably played as a riff of the day once, but The Flood goes like this. So there you go, those are the two riffs, 99 and The Flood. Can you guess the rig? Ah, shit. Sean Ashley, nah, I think you should change the name. Just think of a really good name. These fuck titles needs to go, lol. Alright, we talked about this in the latest FAQ video where someone was asking why isn't the FAQs called Q&A or Ask Me Anything or something like that. You know, if I drop the name, people will be like, and also they'll call me like a sellout or something like that. But I've been thinking more and more about this. Maybe it's time for me to actually change the name now that I have it every Sunday, and maybe I should call it Sunday with Ola. Oh. What gave you that brilliant idea, Ola? I'm gonna make a pull up here. Maybe give me a couple examples. Sunday with Ola. Should I still call it the FAQs? Q&As? It has to be something good for Sundays. I'm at 120 FAQs right now, which means that I've been doing this for 2 years. I can probably change the name for something else. Let's just do it, man. Polling with Ola up here. Pick a name. And maybe suggest me a couple names as well. Great. Engaging. It's a new decade happening right here. Let's change the name to something really cool. Anus with Ola. It's just a suggestion. Yeah. Pier Luigi Fiorini. Ola, I offer you a valuable tip. It took me years to perfect this technique. Wake up, make breakfast, remove your pajamas, top or shirt, or whatever, brush your teeth, and then get dressed. Okay, he's saying this because I had tooth stains on my t-shirt, the other FAQ. And, you know, I like that people want to help me with my life, but I just have one question. Who the wears pajamas nowadays? I thought pajamas was for, like, kids and really, really old people. I sleep naked. Truth by Ola, you heard it here first, before the fake news media's out there. Ola sleeps naked. Shit. That's some wordy-ass news right there. Franz Radoya, hey Ola, have you heard of Revocation before? Can we expect Ola checks out Revocation? No, I will not do an Ola checks out Revocation because I already listened to Revocation. Revocation is an excellent band, and now that I'm talking about it, I feel kind of like a deja vu happening. Didn't I talk about this in a couple of FAQs back? Anyways, Revocation is a sick-ass band. David, the guitar player, singer for Revocation, is an insane guitar player, extremely talented, and their music is kick-ass. I toured with them back in 2012. I think it was 6 Feet Under, Dying Fetus, and Revocation, and they were absolutely insane. And so if you haven't checked out Revocation, go do so, and you can thank me later. Tar Kenton, hey Ola, I've been watching your Q&As for... It's an FAQ, just saying. Q&As for a while, but I haven't seen you mention the UK tech metal scene all that much. What are your thoughts on modern metal guys that pioneered the UK scene, like Sick, Fell Silent, Monuments, and Tesseract? I particularly like to hear your thoughts on the guitar playing and production style that rose from these bands. Love your videos, keep it up. My dude. The reason why I haven't talked about these bands a lot is because I haven't listened to these bands, or these type of bands. Sick, I have listened to, and when I first listened to Sick, not sure how many years back it was, but when I heard it, it was like, when's that album from? Like 2001, 2002, the album I was listening to, and I was like, holy shit, this is Gent. This is like Gent, but 8 or 10 years earlier than everyone else. Like if you wouldn't count Meshuggah, but Sikt sound like every other Gent band do today. So I think Sikt are like the grandfathers of Gent, basically. Okay, maybe Meshuggah is the grandfather of Gent, but Sikt is the dad of the Gent bands. Does that make any sense? Fell Silent I haven't heard about, shame on me. Monuments with John Brown, excellent band. We played together with them in, I don't know when, but Feared played in Germany at some Euroblast. I've met with John Brown a couple of times. He's a lovely human being. And Tesseract, no, I haven't listened to them. No, please, don't say that I'm hating Tesseract. I just haven't listened to them. Okay, before you're saying that I hate Tesseract, because I don't. Hell, I will listen to their albums after this FAQ. Okay, great. Shut the fuck up. Because I know a lot of people are talking about them, and I just haven't paid attention. Don't call me a hater, okay? I just haven't listened to them. Give me some slack. So there you go. That's my summary of UK tech metal bands or scene. I don't really know that much about it, basically, but I tried my best. Ola tasting shit! Okay, Ola tasting shit. So when I was in New York with Google, they gave me this traditional cheese mix. They gave me a bunch of snacks and I just kept them all so I could eat them in my FAQ. So I'm not gonna really do anything special about this. I'm gonna eat this while I'm... what is this? This looks like a dildo. Can you see that? Tastes like a dildo too. Purple Dozer, hi Ola. Earlier you said that you work at home, making videos too, because you want to spend more time with family. Now you relocated to the office. How can you explain that? Okay, I don't think I ever said that the reason why I'm working at home is because I want to be with my family. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I said that. I've had a lot of FAQs where I talk a lot and I don't remember. I can't keep track of everything I say. But the reason I got... so good. But the reason I got an office now is because I have to truly separate work and family. You can watch my latest videos about me getting an office and moving into the office, and I will explain basically the procedure or what sort of happened. So there you go. Piotr Golaki, have you ever experienced internet, video game, or similar addiction? I have experienced internet. It's a fad. I think I'm struggling now and it hurts my productivity and well-being due to sleep deprivation. Any advice? Love your content. It's an excellent question and I think a lot of people will probably recognize themselves in this because a lot of people nowadays play games. The only time where video gaming sort of became a problem for me was when I played Diablo 1 and 2. Diablo 1, not so much that I played it a lot, but Diablo 2, basically I was sitting day and night playing that. I just started university as well, and I was playing Diablo 2 all the time. I just couldn't concentrate. I wanted to play Diablo 2 all the time. I eventually dropped off university, not only because of me playing Diablo 2, but because of other things as well. But it led me to quit university and start working instead. And Diablo 2 was so good, man. And I know hack and slash dungeon crawlers like that, they are very addictive. So I stay away from them right now. Okay. For me right now, video games is sort of like an escape from me thinking about anything else. That's actually a really good thing about, you know, not being able to do two things at the same time. I can't play guitar and sing, for instance. You know, I can't play a video game without shutting off, which is really good. So I can actually play a video game and shut everything out. So playing video games for me now is basically like a relaxation from everything else. So in that sense, maybe I play like half an hour to 1 hour a day. And I think it's healthy in that, and it keeps me inspired to do other things. It's just a fun pastime. You know, I like playing games with my members, and it's a lot of fun. I laugh a lot, and I think it's healthy. There's not really that much you can do when you have kids and a job and a wife, and there's really not that much time for video gaming anymore. And that's fine. That's fine. But if I were you, I would probably stop. Just take a break from the game or something like that. Just take like 2 weeks break from that game completely and see if that helps, and see if you still miss the game, you know, as much after 2 weeks. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. If you don't, then congratulations, then you're gonna be totally fine. Okay, great. Black Curtis. Don't call me a racist. This is Black Curtis. He's a friend. Ola, would you consider giving guitar lessons since you have the new office? I taught drums for a few years, and the most rewarding part was teaching what I knew, explain it the best I could, having fun and watching him grow as a musician. Are we talking about your penis? Nah, I don't think teaching is really my thing, because it's, you know, I'm not really good at anything, and I'm really not that good at explaining how to do things either. And I have no idea if it's good or not, or if a technique is good or not. I'm probably the worst teacher ever. I'm not of teaching material, I think. Maybe I can teach about life and jizz. Scott Wallace, hi Ola, can you give us a detailed look at the new flame dark brown finish in natural light and in the studio? It seems very red on the FAQs, but more tiger eye orange brown on the Solar website. Love the show, thank you. Okay, thank you so much for letting me plug my shit. Let's see if I have this. Yeah, it looks sort of red, but hang on. No, this is hard. That's what she said. Maybe it's easier in this one. Let me try this. No, it's still red. It's really just brown. Oh, it's really hard. It looks a little bit more red than it is, but it's brown. Can you see the flame? Where is it? It's there. There it is, I think. Oh. It's really hard with colors, man. It's not easy to get the colors right on the website, but I'm trying my best. I promise. I'm not the best photographer in the world. Chris Bradshaw, I have a question that needs answer immediately. Does your new office have a toilet? Yes. Jack McBride, hey Ola, Happy New Year. I was curious, what is the most you've ever been disappointed by an album from a band who you previously enjoyed? Okay, all right, so I actually have a couple to mention, and before you cash me outside, how about that? Before you start talking shit about me, the first band that I felt this way about was probably Dream Theater, when they released, what was the album after 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence? Was that Octavarium, maybe? Or was it Train of Thought? No, Train of Thought was kind of good. But I think I kind of lost Dream Theater somewhere around, you know, Octavarium, and maybe I just listened way too much to Dream Theater. So they lost me there, and I just didn't listen that much to those albums at all. Was it a disappointment? I don't know. It was a slow progress, basically. And, you know, I still enjoyed the albums. I still listened to them, but they were just not as good as the previous albums, in my opinion. I was just more into that. But an album I also got very disappointed in, but as I grew older, I understood, the whole thing was when Opeth released Heritage. I totally loved Watershed. It's one of the best later Opeth albums, even though it's like, what is it, 2008 maybe even. I love that album, amazing album. And then I was really looking forward to Heritage, and they just took this turn where it was just not as much metal anymore. And at first I was really disappointed. It's like, well, and then again afterwards I feel that it was definitely the right way to move. They've been making incredible albums, and you know, they're getting older. Maybe Michael couldn't handle the growling as much, so they kind of switched gears. And nowadays, they're bigger than ever. And even though I don't listen as much to newer albums, I still enjoy the albums. But I just much more prefer Opeth when, you know, Blackwater Park and, you know, Demon of the Fall, My Hearse, Your Hearts, Your Hearse, Your Hearse, My Arms, Your Hearse. So Heritage at first was sort of like a disappointment, but it's still an album I can fully enjoy now, looking back at it. So there you go. Fonzie Bruckstone. Why you curled that one piece of hair? Okay, so as you might have seen, okay, so here we have, this is a curl right here. Okay, so believe it or not, these are natural curls. This is what my mom gave me as a gift when I was born. This is basically what happens when I don't do anything to my hair. When I get out of the shower, this is what happens, and eventually the more the hair gets dirty and I haven't showered in a while, the more straight it becomes. So I hate to break it to you, but I don't actually spend any time on my hair. So if you want to know how far it's been since my latest shower, you can see on the curls of my hair. Is my hair super curly? Then I'm fresh out of the shower. If my hair is straight and stripy like this, it's been a couple days. Okay? Good talk. Shit, man, we're doing so many good topics today. My hair, my arms, your hers. Bart B, hey Ola, is this a culture thing in Sweden not to wear shoes in office? I guess that the payments can get dirty and whatnot. However, is this expected when you arrive at the business address? I understand this idea when visiting someone's home. Nobody wants the dog's piss in the living room. Well, I mean, when you get to someone's home in Sweden, you take your shoes off. That's kind of like the thing to do. And at offices, I guess it depends on whose office it is. On my office, we take our shoes off because, you know, I want to feel at home. And, you know, for me, it doesn't make sense to walk around with your shoes inside. I mean, they're made to be used when you're outside. And especially when there's like shitty weather, like right here, when everything's wet and gooey and shitty. But I guess that's a cultural thing, like you said. Just Elquist, the YouTube premiere thing is stupid. I don't want to start watching in the middle, and I don't schedule my life around my YouTube subscriptions and the release schedules. I'm sorry I read the question like that, like you were some kind of idiot, but I guess you're not an idiot, you're just stating your opinion, sorry. But I personally think the YouTube premiere thing is awesome because now I started to schedule my FAQs to be 8 a.m. Central European time every morning. And then people will know that it will start at the same exact time every week. So they know exactly when the show starts. And then when they catch it at 8 o'clock, I will be there and chat, you know, and you can chat with me, ask me questions. And within that 20 minutes or 25 minutes of the FAQ from 8 o'clock, you can't skip or, you know, jump back and forth, but you can at like 8:30 and after. So I don't really see what the problem is. People get to react with me live, and we get to watch my FAQ together. Isn't that cool? I think it's a pretty awesome feature. I didn't like premieres at first, but for FAQs, I think it's a really good tool, actually, to kind of get closer to my audience. Don't you agree? So after the premiere, you can still watch it just like any other video. Okay, so it's all good. The Irish Potato. Do you like Tim Henson and Polyphia? Okay, so I checked out Polyphia in an FAQ long time ago, and it was very happy music, and I dug it from what I remembered. Tim Henson is the guitar player. He was also in the Jared Dines Shred collaboration. Ooh, if you haven't checked it out here, it's up here, click. So if you heard it and you heard a slow passage or a slow solo, that was probably me. But Tim Henson had a spot in there, and to be honest, I think Tim Henson's spot of the Jared Dines collab was the best one. It totally lifted the whole song right there. That part was incredible, so I think he's incredible as well. I guess I should check out the band a little bit more, but you know, I don't have the time for that. I'm eating these cheese mix. Hey, Ola, I must say that the YouTube spectrum of guitarists must make it very competitive and makes you have to stay ahead of the curve. What exactly do you do, or what path do you take to keep your content up with the times, or for lack of a better term, relevant? This channel takes a lot of my YouTube time for your honesty with gear and your opinion on everything in between. I hope it becomes contagious and sparks more content creators to follow suit. Much love from bloody Harlan County, Kentucky. Shit! That's where the chicken comes from. Thank you so much. Those are very, very kind words. I really appreciate it. For me personally, I don't really see it as competition. Basically, what every YouTube channel is today is a face or a person. I mean, you have Ryan Bruce Fluff, you have Glenn Fricker of Spectre Sound Studios, you have Ola Englund, you have, you know, PewDiePie or whatever. You follow the personality, you also follow for the content, obviously, but I'm not really competing with these guys because, you know, I'm just being me and I'm just doing my thing on my YouTube channel. So personally, I don't really have any pressure of making better content or just making better than anyone else. I just keep on doing my thing and what I believe might be good and enjoyable for people. And I think that's the most honest way for me to continue on with my channel, rather than just grabbing after what's trendy at the moment or, you know, what drama is happening right now. I think a lot of people follow me because of my personality, and some people, they don't like my personality. Even though I have the best guitar personality as voted by Total Guitar a couple weeks back, you know, I have the best guitar personality online. But I know a lot of people don't like how I behave and they don't like what I do. You know, that's okay. We like different things in life. I mean, if we didn't, life would have been boring and we'd all be peasants, basically, following a herd. If there comes a time when I'm not as relevant as before, what can I do? Is it tomorrow? Is it in 2 years? Is it in 5 years? I have no idea. But when that day comes, I'm ready for it. I'm not changing myself just to become more relevant. So there you go, Josh Brannon. Ivan Miller, hey Ola, congrats on the office, looks pretty sick. Winter NAMM is coming, are you going? Also Dimebash will be that weekend, any plans on going on that too? Thank you for being an inspiration. Thank you so much. Yes, I am going to NAMM. We will have a booth together with Fortin Amplification, just like last year. We will probably showcase 10 or 12 guitars there. I will be there, I will be shaking your hand, or maybe do fist bumps so I don't get sick. I'll take a picture with you. I'll be there. Just talk to me, man. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And also, I am actually going to the Dimebash. I was actually invited to play the Dimebash. That is sort of freaking me out right now. They asked me to play. I have no idea what to play. They haven't told me anything. So I guess it'll be a last-minute thing for me. It's gonna be awesome, but I'm really looking forward to it. It's gonna be a blast. Hopefully I get to play with some really cool musicians. So if you're there, come say hi. Ola Englund, that's my name. Kind words of the day. Hey Ola, I saw your contribution to the recent Shred collaboration video posted by Jared Dines, and your playing was easily the most musical and full of emotion. I don't usually get goosebumps, and I hate the most guitar shred guitar because it sounds too shreddy. But your piece completely blew me out of the waters. Tab. Dude, thank you so much. That's a very nice thing to say. I don't have tabs because I don't do tabs that often. But let me play it for you. Let me get a guitar. If you didn't see the video, I'll link it up here. Here's how to play it. I'll play it slow. If you didn't get that, that's a tribute to the Flood solo. Oh, that's so fucking dry and right in my ear. Lovely. Okay, that was the last question, so let's go right over to Rig of the Week. The Rig of the Week is the Randall RG100 using an MXR EQ, the PQ4 EQ straight into the Randall RG100. So basically it's Dimebag's reg. The cabinet is a Mesa Boogie traditional 4x12. Sounds great. Now I have to go turn it off. Guys, thank you so much for watching my FAQ together with me on the premiere, maybe? I don't know, maybe you did not, maybe you're sad or angry or... Anyway, I'm very happy right now, and thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please post them in the comment section of this video. I'm Ola Englund, and you're absolutely beautiful. Thank you. Bye.